do continue to adapt, but one way presenting a big challenge is staying intimate with your partner or significant other during these times of COVID-19 and social distancing. We're joined today by relationship expert Tino Dietrich. Tino, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks for making time.
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tino, this is one of those conversations that I think even under the best of circumstances, many of us are not necessarily comfortable having with our partner or significant other. The best ways to stay intimate or develop this intimacy. But do you find that right now there's an added challenge because of all the social distancing?
Yes, absolutely. So obviously, this whole situation, as it did unfold over the past couple of months, is an added stress level for us individually, and then obviously also within the relationship. It's really how we react to it as an individual, but also as a couple together.
As you are reacting, there are a couple different scenarios. You may find yourself social distancing or practicing that isolation with a partner who you haven't spent that much time with before. So that's new. Or if you're home with a longtime significant other, how do you keep the home fires burning when you are spending all of this time together?
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge. It's new for all of us, and one thing that you really need to do is have an open and healthy communication. Understand what it is that you need and want, and what the other party wants and needs. And that healthy communication is challenging in regular times. Obviously, we all know that, and now we're all like stuck together. But also some couples are apart. So they also need to connect. And obviously, we've seen digital devices becoming more and more prominent in our lives, even work from home. We FaceTime, we Zoom, we Skype. So these are all new ways to communicate. Most important is to have that healthy communication.
Tina, you raise a great point. I was thinking about being together, but there are so many couples or partners or significant others who maybe during this time of distancing are physically distant. So that's an added challenge too. But we can't just push pause in any of these scenarios. You say communicate, and one of the tips is make the effort.
Make the effort is really important. That being said, it sounds so easy because you're dealing with added stress levels. For example, within any relationship, job and personal finance concerns are amongst the top reasons for couples to be stressed. They're amongst the top reasons for couples to get divorced. Now we're living in this economic challenging times, so you have added stress levels on top of that. It's all about how you deal and reflect to that.
So make that effort and definitely have those communication lines open. You need to talk about what you need too. Don't, even under the best of circumstances or what we considered the normal way before, it can't be a guessing game. You need to be vocal with what you're looking for.
Absolutely. But this is a good time to do that. This is a good time to learn about these communication skills, to understand what the other one needs and wants, and to improve your relationship skills in terms of healthy communication.
So great tips there. One of the other things that you mentioned too, the technology and being able to bridge the divide using these new ways. Staying in touch is key, isn't it? Regardless of whether you're in the same house or you're distanced by literal distance.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how you stay in touch, physical or in a distant. Important is that you stay in touch in a healthy way, and that you listen to for example, what's the gap that you have? Maybe your gap is completely different than the gap that your partner sees. And it's important to align those. And then when you are aligned, then you can define solutions how to overcome these gaps.
Now, one day we will connect again in a way that maybe hopefully isolates this physical distancing. But do you find that there's one particular scenario in all of these cases, whether you're distanced or you're with maybe a new significant other or partner, or even your longtime partner, is there something we're most bashful about?
I believe this situation will change us. Probably in the beginning, we will be less adventurous when you're out there for dating in general, trying to get a new partner. You may not go into Netflix and chill, but you go back to the walk in the park, maybe. We have seen an increase in interest for remote controlled relationship products, app controlled relationship products. So people are trying to explore how to integrate technology and all this new stuff, so to say, into their day-to-day relationships.
A last question for you, because we're almost out of time, but that was a
Yeah.
zesty answer. I see where you're headed with that one. But do you find that people are getting more adventurous during this time, or is it a time to kind of, just slow and steady here? And as we reconnect, maybe as things change, you go on to those things, or is it just go back to that, don't push pause. Now's the time to connect with that partner in the way that's best for you.
It's this time where we can reset the buttons. We can reflect on what's important in our lives. We've taken probably a lot of things for granted. Now we realize that these things shouldn't have been taken for granted. And this is a great time to reflect on that and change the things that we may have done wrong in the past. So absolutely, if you want to be a little bit more adventurous, this is a great time to talk about it and test it out.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. It is a time for reflection in so many areas of our life. This should definitely be one of them. Tino, thank you for the insights. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, and stay safe.
Absolutely. And remember, for more tips on being able to develop or maintain or expand that intimacy during these times, we'll have a link on our website, wtbr.com/VTM, so you can learn more about Tino.